So what are some of the results that would happen? I just talked about some of them, but specifically, what he wants to do is he wants to try and turn the country, try to turn the USA into, I guess we're kind of running out of room there. He wants to try and turn the USA into a place like Finland, into a place like Sweden, Norway. Okay, so that's essentially what Bernie. Now, these three countries that I mentioned, there's more, but they are said to be the greatest countries on earth. Canada's in there too, but they're said to be some of the happiest countries on earth, the highest quality of living, and I'll explain why. So this is what Bernie wants to do. If he raised all of those taxes and everything went well, here's what would happen to the average American person. You would get free healthcare. You'd also get free or almost free education. All right, so already that's two major expenses off the board right there. Two major expenses in your everyday life that would just be zero if you were to go in. Theoretically, this is all theoretical, if his entire plan was executed. And then you'd get some nice stuff like daycare. You get free daycare. This is all the stuff that he thinks that would happen. Daycare, paid vacation. So I have to talk about this in a second. I'll talk about something in 1 second, which is going to blow your mind for you Americans about what other countries get to do while at work. Oh boy. So we got daycare, you got paid vacation. I said education already. Oh yeah, so here's something. Okay, so in these countries that I mentioned, Finland, Sweden, Norway, when they have a kid, regardless of when or what job they're at, they get 3 years off. The parents can choose to take 3 years off work at about 40% pay. 3 freaking years. So now that wouldn't happen in the United States. Bernie, I think, says he wants to do 12 weeks, right? He said 3 months. 3 months of paid work, paid maternity leave. Paid, we'll just say parental leave. Okay. That's still not a lot, but considering that in some places they get fully paid, I think it's 90% actually, 90% pay for about half a year if they have a kid, and in other places they get 40% pay for 3 years. So if you want to take 3 years off work to raise your kid, you can do that and be fine in other countries. In America, I did not know this. You are allowed to take 3 months off for maternity leave. You don't get paid a single cent right now in the United States if you have a kid. That's ridiculous. I did not know that. I did not know that. So that's another big thing that would change. And also, Americans don't take any vacation. That vacation time would go up, right? Paid vacation at some places. You guys get 12 days of unpaid vacation. That would go to 2 weeks paid. So anyways, what else have we got here? We got a few more things. So another thing that this would kind of do, so I don't know if I would write this or not. So it would probably decrease the size of the American economy, but it would make the people within the United States have better lives. It'd make them happier. Saying that, it would kind of kill the American dream in some way. Not kill it, but it would be very difficult to be poor and very difficult to be rich. To get rich or to get poor, because you're going to have more of a social net, more of a net to fall back if things don't go your way. But saying that, because you're going to be getting taxed 75% if you're rich, it's going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough to be rich and to get your dream house and the big house and the lots of cars and the Ferrari and all of that. So if you voted him in a way, you'd be kind of killing the American dream, but you'd make everyone's lives better. So that's kind of an outsider's perspective on that. So I guess we're going to try and talk about the commonalities between Sanders and Trump. And some differences too, because, oh boy, there's a lot of differences. So what do you guys think of Bernie Sanders' plan? Theoretically, what he wants to do, he thinks that you'd be getting more tax revenue, but that might not happen with his increase in tax. Because remember the Laffer curve. Go back to that video. Increasing the tax rate doesn't mean you're going to increase tax revenue. So if you increase the tax on the rich by a lot, you may actually be losing money. Because as we saw from Ronald Reagan and his tax cuts in 1981, it ended up increasing tax revenue from the rich by decreasing taxes. Isn't that strange, right? I know.